to another fantastic episode of the Invincible. We're here as always, ready to get Freddy with the sketty. I'm just gonna make sure our audio is actually going through like usual, you know, the good old, how we usually do it. The good old, how we usually, good old, how we usually do it, good old, do it, good old. I don't know why that's so entertaining for me, but it really is. And so I think we're probably going to get close to the end of this game at this point in time. I think we're pretty much there. I'm not really positive. More dead people. I feel like there'd be more than just this, you know? What the fuck was that? God damn it, game. Like... Ah! The polish is so low. Like, I'm so intrigued by the storyline, but I just want to read the book now. I really don't really care too much about this game anymore. Like, if this game was a vehicle for me wanting to read the story, it's done its job. But for, I feel like most other people, I don't know. I don't know. I guess most people aren't like me, though. They're not going to be bitching and moaning about the dumb, minute things that should mean nothing, but they mean everything. And it's so disappointing. But, yeah, whatever. It's an interesting ship, though. And then how, like, why not just show me what this place looks like? Why act like it's all hidden away? Wouldn't you want to show people, like, what you're imagining here? What the size of this place? If you just make it look black, then I'm just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. It's just not complete. Like, my mind's not thinking like, oh, it could go on. If you did more doors that just kind of let off, like, this is just lazy. Why is it dark down there? It means, like, what? It means nothing. See. Okay, well, we can go in here, actually. I was gonna say, see, like this. Yeah. See, this kind of shows, this depicts, like, how far it goes. It's like Most likely 2 bays, but I'm not really positive. Oh. I like the little blaster. I didn't realize I needed a different card. Well, I looked at most things, I mean, unless there's a full different area to look at, which I know there isn't. God. Why is that broken? Like, really? They couldn't, like, you know, do it?
Dirac field, ready to activate. Oh, you can't. I can't do. Wait. Activity's increasing. They're coming. Are you helping or not? Come on, Yas. It's about to start. I can't wait any longer.
Speaking. The IC Dragonfly Unit Commander. What about Rahitra? Has it slowed down at all? That's all good. May I suggest you?
Oh, that's not good. I don't see it yet.
Copy that. Awaiting contact.
Do you want on my lap?
I don't understand. It was going so well. The field helms? It got so many of them. It's gone completely mad. Now it's wandering around aimlessly. Yeah, pissed off like hell. We'll leave it like this. I guarantee you. I've heard that before. So, Horpak is flying here with company? What and who? And when will they arrive?
think I know the outcome. I'm registering increased activity from the cloud. This was to be expected. You didn't expect the attack to succeed, did you? Yes, they're very close. Soon. Yasna, I have the impression you're the one in a rush now. I don't know exactly. A few days tops. Can I talk to him now? With Rohitra?
Hello, Condor.
Why was he T-posing?
I repeat, this is Astrogator Novik to the crew of the USCA Condor cruiser. Please come in.
Could you stop with all these?
In that case, I'm making an official request to join our forces to prevent the danger that threatens both sides.
Enough. I agree. Officially and all that jazz. We're already taking steps to eliminate the threat. So far, however, your crew has not been cooperative. Anyway, we stopped playing defense. The cloud suffered significant losses. As a counterattack, though, it disrupted our communications.
Doctor, not now, please.
No, it's true. Fighting against the cloud is exceptionally difficult. But any opponent can be defeated. All it takes is the right tool.
Meaning what exactly? Let me remind you that we're dealing with a dispersed entity whose technological powers is still unknown. And it has so far destabilized every machine sent its way. Even the most specialized ones.
That's why I'll keep it simple this time. No electro brains, no memory, only pure energy. Damn right. I won't leave all this unresolved.
How many warheads do you have?
54. From 30 kilos to 100 megatons.
Oh, that's quite an arsenal. Over the top, I'd say. That's an understatement, Doctor. On a man of energy could rip the planet to pieces.
I'm not an idiot. I won't send everything at once. I'm preparing 8 smaller warheads to start with.
And then?
We'll see. Listen, Yasna, I know how it must look to you. A hot-headed guy from the Alliance who wants to use nukes. But put yourself in my shoes. I have 24 hours tops of complete situational awareness. I'm taking action here and now based on my best judgment. I don't know what will happen later. Where will I wake up? In what condition? So I'm going to avenge my people before that happens and ensure the safety of those who survived. They all deserve better than this. I know you understand. You're like me. You would do anything for your crew.
Flipping the ocean for sinking the ship?
My memory, you could... Well, thank you. For reminding me of my mom. But as long as the cloud is a threat to others, my condition comes second.
You and Hitler are still reasoning as though we were standing face to face with a thinking robot. Cosmic beings are not our enemy at all.
Oh, good one. Are you forgetting how many of us they've already killed?
I will never forget Hitler. Still, I can't help feeling that they operate without any strategic plan. They attack from one incident to another. They're not sentient, as the doctor put it.
So what, they're stupid? And that's why they can't be hostile? It's absolute nonsense.
Well, it could be. Yes, sir. What do you think?
How? So, they see no difference between a man and a machine? They take our brains for transmitters. That's why they're attacking us? Wait, what species are you talking about?
Dr. Yasin found various traces of conflict, lasting for hundreds of thousands of generations.
You're saying they were fighting each other. I don't buy it. It's like some robot fables.
No, these are no fables. You gathered evidence for us.
How did these machines even get here? Who built them?
Our cyberneticists have a hypothesis before these consciousness. Yes, that
Lyrans. It does ring a bell. Wasn't there a book about them?
Craven's monograph. According to his notes, before the explosion of Zeta, the sixth planet of existence inhabited by intelligent beings. Let's say that a scoutship landed here under a disaster. Some kind of reaction. Chain
I swear, these batteries die so fast.
And then what? They started bashing at each other's tin heads? Doesn't make much sense to me. Machines don't have emotion. They don't argue.
until something forced them to change.
That still doesn't explain why they started fighting among themselves. Since they already defeated the living organisms, why keep producing themselves? It makes no sense. I don't... Sounds familiar. When the energy runs out, you have to wheel and deal.
Wait, Doctor. We've established that these beings are mindless. Shouldn't the organisms with the most developed nervous systems win the game of evolution? In this case, instead of a nervous system, there was some kind of electrical one, but the principle remains the same.
But the other ones could defend themselves. They could attack. So, it's still functional? So,
Some like armored core shit.
adapted best. So, to summarize, some alien race sent advanced robots to Regis 3. The local dinosaur-like monsters tried to eat them. So the robots produced other robots, which produced more and more robots, until they fell victim to their own overproduction. After a number of iterations and wars for resources, they spat out the murderous cloud, which took over the planet.
For me, the matter is perfectly clear. Makes no sense to bomb these creatures. I even say it's a greater danger to us than to them.
But how else do you imagine defeating the cloud?
But that's the thing. I don't. It's invincible. Yes, sir, do you agree?
Well, what if we destroy their nests? But what else can we do, if not attack? Sorry, but I'm not going anywhere. You, on the other hand, I'm surprised you didn't evacuate already. Huh. Done.
Excuse me.
Hands are armed. One more press of the button. There'll be no turning back.
Well, I'm right in front of you, bitch.
I can't.
That was close.
I'm suspending all actions leading to conflict. But what should I do now?
Well, we have a lander.
Oh.
So you can get
Why
to the
did it-
dragonfly.
All of us?
Yes. Your men are welcome on board.
You actually mean it? Damn. Thank you, but I can't leave just before my people arrive. I have to tell them about the cloud, necroevolution, this whole mess. I can handle it, Yasna. I'll take the stimulants and hold out until they arrive. Whatever it takes to stay awake. Maybe I can write it all down. Huh. As long as your commander doesn't mind.
Please take it, Comrade Rahitra. There are no more factions on this forsaken planet. They're all just people here.
Thank you for this and for everything else.
I've
Do
prepared
I
Hopper for departure,
just go back?
but there's still a matter of access to the landing pad on the bow. Well, you know what they say? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Right. Anyway, someone has to break the force field and open the dome.
The field automatically deactivates when the dome is open. It's the same switch on the control station.
Copy that. Hopper is on its way.
Thanks. I'm good at it. Very safe flight, yes. The Commonwealth ain't all that bad.
Interesting.
Yes, Nat. Can you hear me?
Maybe at 30 minutes.
Great. Hopper is just landing.
The lag,
It
what the
went
fuck?
smoothly. The landing pad is generous in proportion.
Jesus Christ. It is generous.
I'm very happy to hear it, Yasna. Are you ready? And what?
Why wouldn't I keep the jar of flies?
Copy that.
Then we can learn
Taking
about them.
off in 3, 2,
I mean, possibly could be dangerous. Interesting. How many more achievements do we have on this bad boy? So a few secret ones. Yasna came very close to extremely hot lava. Yasna risked falling constantly collapsing into fragile structures. Yasna avoided further falling through fragile metal structures. Yasna got all memories from the past events. Yasna located every single person and object from the convoy list. Yasna kept her open-minded attitude towards people from the opposite faction, which I feel like I should have gotten, but whatever. Yasna eliminated more than 50k microbots. Yasna forced Rachel to stop further attacks on the cloud. Yasna decided to continue deepening the knowledge on the Necro evolution. which I feel like I would have gotten from grabbing it, but whatever. He also lived to see the arrival of the Invincible. He also supported military actions towards the Cloud. He has to witness devastating power of the Cloud. He has to compromise her safety to save the Alliance people. Which again, I feel like I should have gotten. I feel like I should have gotten a few of those, but I guess they must be more specific than just that. I don't know. Huh. So yeah. Where does this stick me? I wish you could pick a specific spot. Am I like stuck in the underground? Mister.
Yes, sir. I'm getting your SOS. Receiving your messages. Finally! Yes, sir. You can't even imagine. It's really good to hear your voice again, Doctor. Yes, sir. What was that? Yes, sir. Are you there? Do you copy? Doctor.
Yeah, like I'm not as much as I'd love to like go back through and check out some interesting things, I just don't really want to. You know? Like I don't know, all in all, I'm kind of glad that it was done in 30 minutes. I wish it lasted a little bit longer, because I should have just finished it the other day, but whatever, it happens. All in all, I'm definitely disappointed by this game. I think the developers, I think the biggest thing that pisses me off about the developers is that they literally on their website, even though this is their one and only game they've developed so far, so, you know, there's that. But they literally state that they've worked on Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, so on and so forth. A few different big titles, and it's just kind of frustrating when it comes down to it. It's like, but where's the polish? Why in the end portion of the game is my security card away from my hand? Where are all these mistakes? It just feels so bullshit when it's like, this is such a cool concept. Like, I love the concept. I love the source material that it's based off of. It makes me really want to read it, really want to enjoy it. But this is just disappointing. Like, all in all, it's a serviceable narrative story game. It has its portions where it's like, it's interesting, and technically you could go back and replay it, and there possibly it will be different things depending on how you play it. And at least from my assumption, because I didn't really go too deep into it to find out, I mean, I should have, you know what I should have done is I should have went off, took the lander, and called it a day instead of going to the field base. Actually, thinking about it. Well, because it'd be why would the chapters be based off of? That's crazy to me. But yeah, I don't know. There's just like that right there is just like a part of the polish that's just not there. There should have been individual chapter select portions, especially after finishing the game, and it should be locked so it's not like it's like, oh, you go and mess around with something else and it's like, oh, never mind.
And yet you're sure they're flying, aren't you?
But yeah, no, I don't know. There's parts of me. There's parts of me that's like kind of. I should have just let it play, but I don't really care. But yeah, no.
This is Astrogator Noel, commander of the IC Dragonfly ship. I repeat, this is Astrogator Noel to the crew of the USCA Congo cruiser. Please come in.
Could you stop with all these Rohitra?
It's gonna be.
Engineer Rohitra.
It's gonna be the like same dialogue for at least the second year. I don't know. It's serviceable. I think that's the biggest thing. It's a serviceable like narrative story game. It's interesting. It's pretty. Like I enjoy it, and I definitely would say like at some point maybe I will come back and play it again. Definitely not on stream. Definitely, you know, not like that. I might try to platinum on Xbox and then later on platinum it on PlayStation just for the funsies of it, cause I do like what we're doing here, but like when it comes down to it though,
No, it's true. Fighting against the cloud is exceptionally difficult.
ah,
Any opponent.
it's okay game. I don't know.
What exactly? Let me remind you that we're dealing with a dispersed entity whose technological prowess is
It's in, I don't know. It's just hard to explain like the disappointment in the end, because it's just very much just like just straight like it's just straight disappointment. It's not like it's like a little bit disappointment. It's straight disappointment, because it's like dumb things where it's like, oh well,
I'm arming the charges.
arming what? Explosives, cluster munitions?
Hydrogen. Damn right. I won't leave all this unresolved.
How many warheads do you have?
54. From 30 kilos to 100 megatons.
I don't know. I definitely
I'm preparing 8 smaller warheads to start with.
And then?
We'll see.
I'm against escalating the conflict.
Huh. So much for our groundbreaking cooperation.
I didn't. Why do you jump to conclusions? How has it turned out for you so far? Clearly you lack tactical experience.
Save it, Novik. I don't need a lecture. This is my ship and my people. And it's my goddamn duty to avenge them. Period. Yasna, I know you understand. You like me. You would do anything for your crew.
Whipping the ocean for sinking a ship? Wait a minute, Doctor. Even if they were to master space navigation, it'd take hundreds of thousands of years.
Not a chance I'm willing to take.
Let's not overreact. If we factor in sheer chance, we might as well get killed by a meteor.
No, Novik. It's not a meteor or an ocean or a storm. They don't hunt or degrade or cripple you mentally.
You and Hitler are still reasoning as though we were standing face to face with a thinking opponent. What if these beings are not our enemy at all?
Oh, good one. Are you forgetting how many of us they've already killed?
I will never forget Rachel. So I can't help feeling that they operate without any strategic plan. They attack from one incident to another.
I didn't realize he was arming these.
So what, they're stupid? And that's why they can't be hostile? It's absolute nonsense.
Well, it could be. Yes, what do you think? Just like that.
Wait, what species are you talking about?
Dr. Yassin found various traces of conflict, lasting for hundreds of thousands of generations.
Hang on. Creators? I don't buy it. It's like some robot fables.
No, Rachel, these are no fables. You've gathered evidence for us.
How did these machines even get here? Who built them?
Our cyberneticist had a hypothesis before we lost consciousness. Yes, that one.
Irons. It does ring a bell. Wasn't there a book about them?
Gregory's monograph. According to his notes, before the explosion,
Yeah, you can't skip this conversation portion. It's dumb.
handled by intelligent beings. Let's say their scouts had landed here and that a disaster occurred. Some kind of reactors, chain reaction. Suffice to say, the wreckage that landed on Regis 3 had no living beings on board.
And then what? They started bashing machines. Doesn't make much sense to me. Machines don't have emotion. They don't argue.
I see no point in prolonging this discussion. For me, the matter is perfectly clear. It makes no sense to bomb these creatures. So it's a greater danger to us than to them.
But how else do you imagine defeating the cloud?
That's the thing. Exactly. It's invincible. Yes, do you agree?
Well,
Even after everything you've done, Doctor. After everything you've been through. Well, I still have significant concerns. You're the one there, not me. Maybe I'm not seeing the whole picture.
well, indeed, Novak. I knew Yasna would understand. Now give me a minute. I'm almost done. See these switches? The ones on the launch control unit? Not yet. We use a button for that. The red one.
Assume that's the 50,000 one. No, it's the supported military actions. Interesting.
Listen clearly, flies. I can already see them melting. Take that, fox.
That's crazy. We did that.
What? Is this a joke? No one and nothing can...
Another fiasco.
This is not happening. It can't be real. Hey,
That's horrible. Oh, it's all around. It's all around the ship.
Into orbit. Another landing pad in.
at the bow. All you gotta do is open the dome.
Copy that. Hopper is on its way. Head upstairs, Doctor. You'll wait for them in the lander.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Great. Hopper is just landing. You must fly away. Now.
No. I'm waiting for my gang. Let's go, you can look down.
Now close the hatch quickly. That's an order. Your death won't help anyone. It's too late for them. Don't you understand?
Oh shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you there?
Interesting. Ah. Interesting. Yeah, so that's really all the extra shit I'm gonna do, honestly. Yeah, no, I definitely give this one like a 5 plus out of 10. It's a little bit better than Firewatch in length. As Firewatch, what, was like 2 episodes or some shit like that. It ended up being like an hour and some on, 2 hours and some minutes or whatever it ended up being. 2 episodes. Second one 2 hours, and I think the first one was like an hour and a half, so 3 hours. This one was what, 5 episodes, 5-6 episodes, all ranging about like an hour plus. Let's see here. No, 3 episodes. Sorry, 3 episodes being an hour, 2 hours and 40, or like an hour 30. Well, okay. Hour 20, hour 50, so like 3 hours and 10 minutes, and then this one being like 40 some. 30 in reality, so like I guess 3 hours and about the same time, actually. About the same length as Firewatch. Firewatch 3 hours and like 30 minutes. Invincible about 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I mean, I don't know. I guess the length is about the same, but it felt longer, if that makes any sense. I mean, unless I might have forgotten to add. Here, let's look at this, because I did forget and add an episode. So there's 2 hours. So That's 5 hours. Well, 3 hours, 5 hours. Yeah, okay. So that's, well, sorry, 4 hours, 6 hours, and then the 30 minutes. So 6.5 hours. So yeah, it's definitely a lot. It's about it's about 2 times, or like Firewatch times 2 pretty much in length. But all in all, it's an okay game. I like the atmosphere. I like everything that it has going for it. It just sucks in the moments that it breaks that immersion, and it does it so often just from just fuckery where it's like, really, you couldn't just, make sure that was like polished and shit like that. I don't know. I think there's definitely a decent few gripes in here, especially for what they try to do, because they try to make it where it looks like where there's a lot of extra stuff that you can uncover and find and fuck around with and do, because it kind of does have your choices matter. But you can't really get into that place where you made those decisions unless you fucking specifically checkpointed at a specific spot for later, which is impossible. You can't do that unless you were to yeah, there's not like a viable reason to do that. So it's just kind of frustrating where it's like, yeah, here, do all these things, understand all these things, and but then you can't polish your game. Like, you ask your player to enjoy your game more than just the one playthrough, but you can't polish your game. That's the frustrating part when it comes down to it, because the meat, like the book, the resource that it's based off of is so interesting. Honestly, they cheated. They really did cheat. Like, it's not the storyline. All they really cheated is the setting and the Condor and the Invincible. Because the story from S. Lems, I can't remember what his name is. This Polish writer is it's about the Invincible going to the planet and like figuring out what happened to the Condor. So it's kind of interesting that it's its own perspective. It's a third perspective. I like that. I think that's a cool concept. But they did have it easy where it was already a concept that existed. This basis, this everything that was here kind of existed, and it's kind of somewhat the basis of the book, because the book is about the Invincible looking for his, commander from the Invincible looking for the crew of the Condor and trying to uncover what happened, aka what Yasna was doing. And again, I like the game. I think it's very interesting. I do think it's like about a 5 plus out of 10. I think it's a good game, but I don't think it's all the way there. I think the developers really should have sat down and actually worked a little bit harder on making sure everything was fine-tuned, edited in perfectly, and just all in all kind of really good. They should have made it where it was concrete. I'm not saying it's a bad game. All in all, 5 pluses is pretty good. I mean, I think it's just I think it's just above Firewatch. I think it kind of hits that same spot of like, it's a good game. It really is, but there's gripes to it, and I think that's the biggest thing especially when you're making a narrative game. It's not hard. It's not hard, and it just sucks when people act like it's a hard thing to make, when it's like this. It's such a beautiful art in the gaming world, and some people call them walking simulators, but that's not true. They're not. I mean, they are walking simulators, but so is a FPS, the shooting simulator. So is this and that being this and that. But that'll be all. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see you next time.